Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, join me, Rob McConnell, as together we'll investigate the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology here on the X-Zone Radio TV show on XZBN and the X-Zone TV channel on Simul TV. Since 1990, the X-Zone Radio TV show has been the place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. Together, we'll investigate UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, psychic phenomenon, lake monsters, conspiracy theories, government cover-ups, the truth embargo, alien abductions, ESP, haunted locations from around the world, and so much more. With over 28 years of broadcasting and more than 4,500 individual guests, the X-Zone is truly a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality, as evidenced by the credibility, integrity, and professionalism of the guests that we bring to our international audience. If you have seen a UFO, had a close encounter, seen a ghost, Bigfoot, lake monster, or a story that you would like to share or have investigated, contact me, Rob McConnell, by sending me your email to xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, or you can call toll-free 1-800-610-7035, extension 143, and on Skype, X-Zone Radio TV. For more information on the X-Zone Radio TV show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, visit www.xzoneradiotv.com or www.xzonetvchannel.com or simultv.com and xzbn.net. Until next we meet here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, always remember, X-Zone Nation, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart in the light.
Welcome to the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. We are really excited that you could join us today. We're going to have a really fun show for you. We've got an expert in cause marketing who's going to be on with us a little bit later, named Cami Baker. First, I just want to introduce Cindy. Cindy Hendricks is the co-host today. She is a business performance specialist and my partner in Imagine More Success, as well as the Find Hidden Money series of courses. Cindy, welcome to our show today.
Hey, Thomas. As always, thrilled to be here to share not only what we're up to, but Cami Baker is an amazing gal that I just know that you listeners are going to enjoy hearing from.
Yeah, we actually have had a chance to interview Cami quite some time ago, and she's had some really cool updates in the meantime. So we wanted to bring her topic back to the forefront of conversation because I think it's very timely. Cindy, in your own work over the years, you've spent a lot of time actually volunteering and doing some really great work and creating workshops and doing those workshops as on a volunteer basis for some really big groups, including the Salvation Army. Tell me a little bit about what you did.
Well, I had a spa at the time, and, I loved having my spa in between all the management work that I have done. And one of my clients dogged me until I joined the auxiliary. And one of the things I realized was that, the women in the homeless shelter with the Army really needed some help. And so, absolutely. And so I ended up doing workshops every week or every month for about 8 years. And full-day workshops. We built a closet of clothes, and it was really exciting to see the women grow. In fact, I brought one of the women who was homeless and in the group on the training team and eventually trained her to be able to do the workshops.
Wow, that's a serious example of paying it forward. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. So in just a moment, we're going to invite Cami Baker on. She's an international speaker, author, and a lead-generating personal attraction marketing expert. She focuses quite a bit of her attention on what's known as cause marketing, which is finding a way for her clients to make money while also making a difference, which is something that we completely love and enjoy. And so without further ado, we'd love to bring her on. Cami, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. Having me a second time is a huge compliment. I just really want to acknowledge you and honor you for having me again.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure.
Yes, and our listeners are going to love your messages, Cami, because you really have a lot of positive things going on that I just know that they're going to love hearing about.
Well, I actually heard you saying cause marketing, and I want to give you a little bit different spin on it. I've actually been referring to it as purpose-driven marketing lately, just to make a little bit of a differentiator. Cause marketing tends to bring up causes doing some marketing. People want to introduce me to all their nonprofit people, when in actuality, my spin on it is how can business owners, entrepreneurs, salespeople actually align their business as a force for good so that we are purpose-driven marketing. Be on purpose, drive your business, market with style and strategy.
Oh, I love that. So
that's really the name of the game, isn't it? Marketing so that people know what you're about.
Well, and when you can market without being icky and salesy and actually meet your ideal clients without a business card and without even necessarily going to networking events. I mean, I wrote the book, Mingle to Millions, The Art of Building Business Relationships. I wrote that around how to network more efficiently and effectively. But what I have found is, the more networking meetings that I go to, I find that maybe my perfect clients aren't there, or the real estate person, or the financial advisor, or the network marketer. You meet 3 or 4, 8 or 10 of each of those folks at these networking events. My spin on it is, if you can actually go where your people are, whether it's their office, the stores, the events that they're at, et cetera, isn't that a much more efficient use of time? And when you can walk in their office or store or LinkedIn conversation or Facebook post, et cetera, without trying to sell them something, but talk about what you're doing in the world as opposed to what you do, well, then you can build relationship and they actually care what you do.
And may be interested in working with you in that arena.
Amen.
Yeah.
Cami, I know that you worked with a lady, I believe her name is Karen. Can you tell us a little bit about the story of how you guys work together and what her massive accomplishment is?
Ooh, boy. So Karen Kohlberg, president of the Board of Realtors in the Seacoast of New Hampshire, in her early 60s, going to retire in a couple of years, clearly has a lot of credibility, Realtor of the Year, all of that, runs 6 offices out of a conglomerate of 35 and oversees 150 agents. Why in the world would this person hire me? Well, she had seen me speak before, and she wanted to be able to leverage her contacts, and she wanted to leave a legacy. She didn't want to just leave with all of these contacts and all of this clout without doing something with it. So Karen and I started working together, and I said, well, what are you passionate about? And we talked about a few different organizations. Realtors are always all about Habitat for Humanity, and they always want to help people with home issues, et cetera. But long story short, in New Hampshire, big problem with the opioid crisis, just like it is all over our country, unfortunately. So Realtors for Recovery was created. And Karen came up with the name Realtors for Recovery as we were working together. We're actually still working together. There's an event coming up in a couple of months called Sharing Hope, Stories of Recovery. And this event is going to be a TED Talk style event. There's 8 speakers that are going to be speaking about their experience, strength, and hope with recovery. And all the proceeds are going to the partners that we have, which are Rotary, number 1, and then 3 other organizations in that area that help people that are coming off opioids in different ways. One of them is Hope on Haven Hill. They're helping women who are coming off opioids and having babies and things like that. So really excited to have created such a movement, because purpose-driven marketing, you can attach what you're doing to somebody else's movement, or you can create your own.
Beautiful. The thing that's fascinating about that is that the things that really drive people, their bigger purposes, maybe even outside of their business, those are the things that really energize them. That's the thing that they don't even feel like they're putting a lot of necessarily as much work into. It's what they love. It's what really drives them. And so I think, have you seen so many times when someone brings that passion into the conversation, how the other person they talk to really bonds to them and connects to them?
Well, 1,000%. There's so many reasons why this is beneficial. If we just start talking about being a realtor or financial advisor or coach or something like that, not necessarily as much bonding goes on as when we start talking about the opioid crisis or the veterans. Veterans are really big. I do a lot of stuff with veterans, or animals, or children, or kids in Jamaica. I've got a program, or even a local little girl who's 2 years old who came down with cancer, not one kind of cancer, but 3 kinds of cancer. And when these different business people that I work with can parlay their passion and purpose with their profession and profit, well, that's just a beautiful win-win-win of making money while making a difference. And I'm so glad that I just received an email about a group called Do Good, Make Money. And it's this whole summit that has 86 experts in this same field. And, some people might say, oh, my God, there's competition. No, there's collaboration. People are wrapping their head around it. Do good, make money. I want to know these people because I'm all about making money while making a difference. Let's work together.
Yeah,
that
do
definitely
good, make money.
Sounds like your arena for sure, Cami.
Well, and I've had a little bit of pushback, when you're a pioneer, when you're a visionary, when you are bringing something to people's awareness that they're not really aware of. I always think about that video that you see of the guy who's dancing on the side of a field, and there's hundreds of people around, but he's just standing there dancing like a crazy person, and he looks just crazy. And then one person joins him, and before you know it, another one. And within 10 minutes, the whole mountainside are all dancing together. I've been that one crazy person dancing on the mountain for quite a while now, and I'm so glad to see that people are joining me.
Yes, absolutely. That sounds kind of like Woodstock.
It looks just like Woodstock, and I've got my hippie peace signs all over me to prove it.
There you go.
Cami, as you're continuing to do this work, and you found that there are several niches that are extraordinarily popular, what are some of the ones that maybe aren't so popular but are really unique that people have begun to connect with, that they are connecting to their businesses?
Well, you hear the term social entrepreneur. That's when I'm trying to explain what I do, I hear that term a lot. And we could get caught up in technicalities and definitions and all of that. But, ultimately around what I'm doing with the purpose-driven marketing, it's just around, it doesn't matter what the business is. It doesn't matter what the event is. It doesn't matter what the cause is, as long as the person is passionate about it. So in other words, we don't want to do anything with religion or politics, because the whole point of doing this, the whole point of having this way to bond and bridge the humanity gap, what I call it, bridging that humanity gap. We don't want to have anything that's going to ostracize or give us something that we have to defend or explain, like our religious or political stance. So we want it to be something that's universal, that anyone and everybody can get behind, helping veterans or helping people on an opioid crisis, or animals or kids or elderly. So you want to do something that's really universal. And as far as an event goes, I've done a lot of antique car shows and things like that, but it doesn't have to be that big. It can be something small. It can be little shoe boxes sitting on the counter, just taking up used glasses. The thing about purpose-driven marketing, from my perspective, is it's about the strategy behind why you're doing it. Cindy was talking about all the boards and all the volunteering and all the things that she's done. And so many people are wonderful and heart-centered in doing those types of things already. So the movement that I see is, let's stop sponsoring, which is very passive. I give you $500. 3 months from now, you have a car show. My logo's on the banner, and that's it. Instead of just sponsoring, let's actually collaborate and work together to cross-promote, and not have 200 people at the car show see your logo, but have tens of thousands in the area see it.
And
Great
with that,
idea, Cami.
We're going to come right back in one moment with Cami Baker on the Imagine More Success radio show. Please stay tuned. How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals, so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking. Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hyde can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
You're back with the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. In our previous segment, we were talking to Cami Baker, who is talking about a marketing strategy that she's been utilizing where she's combining people's passions with their profits. And Cami, just at the end of the last segment, you were talking about the difference between sponsoring an event, putting up a logo and having people look at it, or the other side of that, which is
collaboration.
That's the big word.
So thank you for allowing me to help with this paradigm shift in thinking. Hundreds of years now, you walk into the bank, to the real estate office, to the local restaurant, you put your hand out and say, hey, I'm going to help the Boys and Girls Club or the American Humane Society or whoever. Give me $500. And when we do the event in 3 months, your logo is going to be on our website. It's going to be in the brochure and it's going to be up on a banner. Well, the fact is you could have bought a banner for $50 offline, put the banner on the side of your car, and had 10 times more people see it today just sitting in the parking lot of a grocery store. The fact is that sponsorship is very passive. I give you some money, you put my name up on a banner, thank you, have a nice day. Collaboration is, hey, let's all of us, if the car show or the golf tournament or the 5K run or whatever it is happening in 3 months, let's get every yummy little morsel out of it every day leading up to that event. Don't wait for the event to promote and to show up and shake hands. Shake lots of hands every day leading up to it. So for example, when I used to do my antique car show, I would go around with that flyer for 4 months. Hey, I walk into a place. My name is Cami. I'm doing this antique car show. All the proceeds go to the Live and Let Live farm. They rescue horses. They're going to be slaughtered if we don't help them. And the fact is, we're looking for hot cars. We're looking for people who love cars. We're looking for businesses who want to be seen at the event. And we're looking for people who want to support the farm. So, ultimately, I was getting cars there. And just like my example with my client, Karen Kohlberg with Realtors for Recovery, as we're talking about Realtors for Recovery and sharing hope in the event that's coming up in the fall, that's great that we're getting people to come to the event and that we're going to have people that are learning about the opioid crisis. But the fact is, every single day leading up to that event is an opportunity to meet lots of people and be seen as a contribution and build your brand. So there's so much being left on the table by people who are sponsoring and being passive.
So collaborator and contributor rather than just a sponsor. Make people basically getting that opportunity to also, I guess, really connect yourself with something which has significantly more emotional qualities than something like, say, real estate or financial planner, which falls pretty flat on the ears when you hear those terms.
Well, and not just connect with something else, but how do you strategize that connection so that you can meet your ideal client? Because once again, you can donate your $500 and or $5,000 or whatever it is, and you can show up and your logo's up on the banner and you can take a picture of yourself with the logo and put your trinket in the goodie bag. But what about if you actually had some strategy around contacting all of your past 500 clients? What if you had a way of getting your whole social media tribe following you and on board with it? what if all of the different businesses, instead of waiting until the day of the car show, what if they on social media were promoting each other and doing Facebook Lives? Like, what if I were to walk into the real estate office who's promoting and I do a Facebook Live with the manager and let people know they're being a contribution. And when they share their Facebook Live, because they want their tribe to know that they're doing good things in the world, guess who else they get to see? And it's not just about raising our hand and saying, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. It's about, hey, look at what we're doing and how much more we can do when everybody gets involved. And the fact of the matter is this: 85% of consumers, you can look it up. I've seen the statistics in many places, Forbes magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, consumers and customers and clients are demanding that business be on cause. If there are 3 realtors or 3 financial advisors or 3 restaurants, et cetera, up for the job, when the consumer knows that you are on purpose, when you're on cause, 85% of them will choose you over the competition because you're helping the opioid crisis or the veterans. And veterans are a really big one. I got some yummy good stuff going on with veterans too.
Wow.
Absolutely. It sounds like you're actually doing personalized pre-marketing instead of just branding marketing.
Ooh, I like that, Cindy. I'm going to steal that. Personalized pre-branding.
There you go. Well, it's hard to explain what you're doing, but, I have seen where the next 2 years, all of marketing is changing to video. I mean, we're in a very video marketplace today with how everybody can be seen, and personalized pre-marketing is going to be huge because of that.
Personalized pre-marketing. I love it. So I help my clients to do a lot of video. So I'm not the video expert. I have just enough of all of it to roll it into a pretty package of personal branding. So, when we're doing Facebook Lives, I talk about Facebook Live, but it could be Instagram Live or LinkedIn Live as that's coming around. Whatever platform you're on, when you do it live, and then you can take that video and share it to all the other platforms, including YouTube and your website, where you can now transcribe it and use the transcription as SEO, like doing one video one time and have it on 7 different platforms and transcribes and closed captions and all that. It's about working smarter instead of harder. So when Karen Kohlberg with Realtors for Recovery gets another collaboration partner and she goes into their bakery and does a Facebook Live to welcome them to the team and thank you for helping, and what is it about Realtors for Recovery that makes you want to get behind us and help us with this, and she gets their personal story, well, they're going to share that, and their employees and their followers are going to share that. And guess who else they're sharing? They're sharing Karen, and not just Karen, but Realtors for Recovery. And we are helping people, planet, and profit.
Well, marketing and productivity is all about repurposing. And that's the name of the game today because we don't have time to redo everything. But I want to go back to something that you said, Cami, and that is you're not an expert at video. Well, people don't want perfect video. They love it when we're ourselves, we're authentic, and we make mistakes, which is why I love radio, because it's okay to screw up. Don't tell our producer Rob I said that though, okay?
Well, you're so right. And as a matter of fact, I did a Facebook Live one time. I gathered together my clients and they were doing something around the DARE program, which is the police department. So there were a couple of sergeants from the police department, the DARE program. There were 8 or 10 people that all came together because Cami Baker was coming to do this Fabulous and Fierce and On Fire Fridays with Friends featuring in this big Facebook Live. And I was doing this Facebook Live. 15 minutes into it, I realized I was holding the phone upside down and I had been filming them upside down the whole time. And and I'm actually kind of glad that happened, because now I can share with my clients, listen, you want everything to be perfect. If I can do a video upside down for 15 minutes with 10 people who came together just for that video, guess what? You can make a mistake, and it just shows that you're human. And I think it actually makes people like you better.
It does. And that's why, there is no perfection in this world. And we need to let people see that we're human and imperfect. And the best part is how we recover from an error. Because one of the quotes in my quote book says, it's not so important what falls in your lap, but what's more important is how you deal with it.
That is the truth. That is the truth. And I remember when that video was still on Facebook somewhere. I did it about a year ago, but at the end of it, I made a comment on it, and I said, well, it's the message, not the messenger, right? So, I said, I hope you guys get the message and understand what we're doing, and don't be so worried about if the video was upside down. So,
well,
yeah,
and the saying is, all publicity is good publicity, Cami.
Well, frankly, people probably were sharing it just to say, oh, my God, look at this craziness. They're upside down. So I probably got more PR out of it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So how exciting for you to be developing your business into something even more important that helps so many, because that's something that's really after my heart, is when we're doing our business and we're able to help others through what we're doing.
Well, and I'm so glad that the energy on the planet, which I've been saying for a couple of years anyway, has shifted. People want to be a contribution. As a matter of fact, if any of your listeners want to reach out to me, I can send them a 10-page report that I did on all these statistics that I talk about. The fact is, right now, 50% of the workforce are millennials. And by the year 2025, 75% of the people working in this country will be millennials. And why that's important is this. 62% of them don't even want to work for a company that's not on purpose. So if you're wanting to hire a top talent, it's competitive as business people, and it's also competitive as employers wanting to hire the right employees. So if you're wanting to recruit, guess what? When you let people know that you're on purpose and you're doing good things in the world, and when these people know that when they come to work, it's not just shuffling papers and going home and waiting on retirement, when they know that every day what you're doing matters, they want to work for you. And 56% of them will work for less money because they're working for a cause.
Well, I can't wait for you to share your giveaways for our listeners, so you'll be able to hear about that in our next segment.
Yeah, in the next segment, when we come back with Cami, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the idea of partnering your purpose and your profession so that you have a win-win-win for everyone that's involved. Today we have Cami Baker on. You can find her at camibaker.com. That's CAMIBAKER.com. And if you want to listen to some older episodes of the Imagine More Success radio show, feel free to check us out at imaginemoresuccess.net, where you can find all of our old episodes, some really fantastic interviews with pioneers, both in the business world as well as your personal development roles. So please stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a moment.
How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
Welcome back to the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy Ann Thomas. In our previous segment, we were continuing our conversation with Cami Baker, who's an international speaker, author, and lead generating personal attraction marketing expert. And Cami, previously you mentioned that a big part of the work that you do is assisting business owners to really connect deeply with their perfect client. How much time and effort do you find that businesses typically spend on actually figuring out who their perfect client is?
Ooh, boy, that's a charged question, because I would say zero for most of them. And Cindy, being a business coach, would probably agree that the majority of people, when you ask them what their goals are or ask them who their perfect client is, most people don't know. They can tell you what they don't want. They can tell you what they don't want.
Typically.
Yes. Yeah, definitely deer in the headlights moment.
Yep. And it is so massively important. As a matter of fact, I just did a video today about people ask me, well, what's the first step? How do I pick an organization? Or how do I know what kind of an event to do? And they go off with all these questions. I say, wait a minute. The first step is to take a big step back and figure out who is your ideal client and what is your objective? What are you wanting to accomplish? Because when you know what the end is, now you reverse engineer it and start from square one. So the first step is finding that out. So, for example, I've got a new client who's a financial advisor, and actually what he likes to focus on is life insurance. And his ideal client are people in their late 20s and early 30s who have young children, police officers, firefighters, teachers, because all those folks tend to get life insurance. That's a perfect client for him. I've got another client who's a financial advisor. Her perfect people are people with $7 million and up in net worth. So, just because you're a realtor or a network marketer or a coach, you need to know exactly who your client is, because if you don't know who they are, you're never going to find them.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this too. When it comes to like kind of drilling down deeper and getting to a deeper level of describing your perfect client, I mean, do you really go very deep with that? Like even considering maybe what brands they like or what kind of music they listen to and what kind of car they drive? Is that a level that you recommend?
Well, to your point, one of the questions is, where do they spend their money? Because wherever they're spending their money is a good place for you to go to find them, because you want them to be spending their money with you. So,
well, and where do they spend their time? Where do they show up?
Exactly. Where do they hang out? Where do they show up? And that's what I ask people. Where are they? Because people say, well, do you think you should, market on Facebook or LinkedIn? Well, that depends. Who are your people? Like, people get way far ahead of themselves and where should you do and what event? No, start with who you want to get in front of. So, for example, this client that is wanting to work with families, young families, Halloween's coming up. And I said, well, what a great opportunity to do something around Halloween that would attract all your past clients and any clients that you're wanting to work with. And there's an organization in our area called Annie's Angels. And it's a gentleman whose wife's name was Annie. And long story short, in her honor, they celebrate by helping people in the area who need help with bills or if there's been an illness or what have you. So we're going to be doing this Halloween costume around angel costumes, celebrating Annie's Angel. and giving my client a reason to get out and meet people and invite them to this event. It's not just about having an event and raising money for Andy's Angels. In this scenario, it's about how can we parlay this and employ it as a way to meet hundreds of his perfect clients. And at the end of the day, have a lot of kids in the angel contest, raise a lot of money, and have him help a lot of people get the life insurance they need. It's win-win-win for everybody. It's just a different strategy, a different mindset.
Well, that's a perfect example of niche marketing. And so many times people don't have an understanding level of not only what specifically that is or how to do it. And you just gave an outstanding example of how to find your niche.
Well, how to find your niche and then how to find your people and get in front of them. Because, for example, this gentleman has been going out doing lots of networking. He's been to tons of business networking events. He wants to join a BNI and all these different groups. But what about actually taking time every day to meet your perfect client? And so networking wastes time with random activity. Netwebbing leverages our time with planned strategy, and netwebbing is in the first couple of pages of my book.
Well, and I really like that you teach people how to have an event for their niche to show up.
And yes, ma'am. But let me please reiterate also, not just an event for them to show up, but an event that you, the person in the competitive market, can actually promote for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, so that every day leading up to that event, you're meeting your perfect clients and doing business long before the event happens. That's my whole point. Sponsorship is, hey, here's $1,000. 3 months from now, I'll see you at the car show. Have a great day. Well, that's kind of missing the point of actually employing that event as a way to market yourself to your perfect clients now, today, every day leading up to that event and after the event, when you learn how to do press releases and follow up with people to tell them how much money was raised and let them know that the next event is in the works, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of strategy around how this works.
Exactly. That's what I was talking about, personalized pre-marketing for your niche.
Personalized pre-marketing for your niche. That's
You're writing. I can hear you writing. I can't help myself, Cami. This is what I do.
Cami,
I'm sorry. It's the same thing for me. I come up with this crazy campaign around the angel costume contest and, these other car shows and just book drives and these different things that I come up. People are like, where does that come from? I was like, I don't know. I'm like a dog with a bone. As soon as I smell the bone and I go after it, I get my teeth on that bone and it just starts pouring in.
No wonder we get along so well, Cami. That's what they called me in my management positions.
The dog with the bone. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
So, Cami, in the interview so far, we've talked about cause marketing, kind of building your platform, how important it is to have a business which is socially responsible to attract the clients you want, as well as the employees that you want, as well as to create those kind of customer experiences. I know also we've talked about how your mingle to millions concept is about netwebbing rather than networking. Take a moment, talk a little bit about something you refer to as kind of brand alignment and power messaging and what they do for your business.
Well, brand alignment and power messaging is letting people know what you're all about and what you're passionate about. What I have noticed going to thousands of events, literally thousands of networking events in my lifetime and meeting tens of thousands of people, is that people get icky. They get weird around introducing themselves. It's funny. People can interact. They have great relationships with their family, with their friends and people they know, but they walk into a business type situation and all of a sudden they get weird about who they're being and what they're supposed to say and how they explain what they do and all that kind of stuff. So when you can show up simply with your brand alignment being that you are all about the veterans or all about helping with the opioid crisis, et cetera, now you can show up authentically. And when you start talking about what you're doing as opposed to what you do, people actually care about your brand and what it is that you do in the world.
Yes, there's so many examples of that. I know the brand that's often kind of put out there is Tom's Shoe Company, how how that whole concept, that idea, around basically giving away a pair of shoes for every pair of shoes which is sold, and that being the cause and the purpose of the mission of the company. I mean, that just not only did it take off, but the story has been told and retold so many times. I mean, it just boggles my mind how many different people actually reference it. And you want to talk about word of mouth advertising. I don't know that I've heard of a company in the last 10 years that has better word of mouth advertising based around their story than that.
Well, I'm glad you bring them up, because when I heard about their story last year, I thought, how can I do something like that? And the only product I have, other than my brilliant mind, is the book. And so, Mingle to Millions. So I'm thinking, well, homeless people don't need my book. Animals don't need my book. Kids don't need my book. However, Dress for Success. Now, they dress women on the outside to go to their job interviews and to go in for a business loan, etc. So what if every time I sold a book, I donated a book to Dress for Success, because that's a group of people who could actually benefit from the book. So last year and this year, that's what I did. Every time I sold the book, I put a book to the side, and I had a little ceremony a few months ago where I brought a case of books and did a book signing and read something from the book, and signed it to all the women that were there that were graduates of their program. So anytime we can find a way to parlay what we do into another way to help out, and not just help out, but also, how can you promote that? How can you let people know that you're doing that? Once again, not because you're raising your hand saying, look at me, but because you're raising your hand saying, hey, listen, every book that you buy, I'm going to donate one to somebody else. It's just like every time you buy a book, you're handing one to a woman who is getting ready to go on job interviews and getting ready to go out networking and getting ready to meet people that can change her life. Let's teach her how to have a good first impression. Let's teach her how to have a good handshake. And together we're doing that, because every book you buy, somebody is going to become better at business networking because you bought a book.
That's
Love
beautiful. I absolutely love that. And I think that's a great connection and a really great way to really bring what's important to you to into the front of your business. And that's just an amazing, not just concept, but something that you're doing. So we're going to come back in just a couple of minutes after a quick short break. We're going to come back with Cami Baker, and we're going to go through even more topics about personal attraction marketing as well as lead generating. And we're going to learn a little bit more about net webbing as well. So do stick around. If you want to listen to some more shows or the Imagine More Success radio show, go to imaginemoresuccess.net. And for courses on how you can improve your skills as an entrepreneur and business owner, go to findhiddenmoney.com. Please stay tuned.
How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
Welcome back to the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. In our previous segments, we've been talking with Cami Baker, who's an international speaker, author, and lead-generating personal attraction marketing expert. And we've been going over the topics of purposeful marketing as well as finding your perfect client. Cami, in the previous segment, you were just explaining how you have been donating books to Dress for Success because the women who are going through that program could really benefit from your book. Tell us a little bit about the giveaway that you have for our listeners today as well.
Well, just today, hot off the press, I just got this video series put together. So the 7 specific strategies to attract, nurture, and convert the right people into your ideal clients. So I created a video around this, and if they go to camibaker.com/free, let's keep it simple, camibaker.com/free, they will be getting this video about this. And so with the purpose-driven marketing, purposeful marketing, personalized personal attraction, pre-marketing that we're talking about, there are 7 specific things that a business owner can get from doing this, and those 7 strategies are going to line them all out. We've been talking about the first one, which is how to get in front of your ideal client. Not random networking, not random lead generation, not talking to a whole bunch of people, your perfect people.
And Cami, how can our listeners get in touch with you to find out if they're a perfect fit for what you do?
Well, I am real, I'm raw, I'm relatable, and I'm reachable. So you can find Cami Baker just about anywhere. And you can call me, you can text me, you can email me, you can send a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal or Facebook. But they can actually go directly to camibaker.com/plan review and fill out the plan review, and we will see if we're a good fit. And here's my promise. If they are not a good fit for some reason, that's okay. I'll point them in the right direction for other free resources. And if they are a good fit, then let's get together and let's make money while we're making a difference together.
And you also have a radio show. Do you want to let people know how they can listen in?
Actually, yes, it's a TV show. It is the Happiness Jungle TV show. There's a YouTube channel for it. There's a Facebook group for the Happiness Jungle. And if any of the listeners think they may qualify, meaning, do you have a method, a madness, a mission? Are you doing something that makes the world a better place? Reach out to me and I'll talk to my co-host, Lindy Eldridge, the Chief Happiness Officer of the Happiness Jungle. And between the two of us, we'll get you on the show and help people to know about your mission as well.
Fabulous. So there you have it. You've got free goodies. You've got a potential other radio guest spot. So find Cami Baker and figure out what it is that you need to do with her.
And let me know that you came from this podcast and radio show, and I'll give you a little something else extra special. I don't know what that is yet, but I promise it'll be valuable.
I know you have a lot of goodies in your goodie bag, so it'll be worth it.
As a matter of fact, I know what it'll be. It'll be the 30, 30, and 30. How to find 30 ideal clients in 30 days in as little as 30 minutes a day. It's a program I did a year or so ago, and I'll send you all the videos for that.
Cool.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. I mean, how valuable is that to find 30 clients who are your ideal clients in that short of a time frame with that little amount of time invested? That's pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm. Well, if anybody knows how to do it, I know Cami does, because she is a mover and a shaker and somebody you need to know.
Thank you. And as well back at you.
Thanks, Cami.
Cami, when it comes to businesses, what do you find are, let's just say, a couple of the biggest obstacles that they're running into that are kind of unique for 2020, 2019?
Well, I think it's still just the same old problem that it's always been, Thomas. It's how to get in front of the right people. I see so many people on a daily basis that are investing, thousands of dollars in pay-per-click and SEO and God forbid, going to all these networking events and handing cards out and, spraying and praying, spraying their card out and praying somebody will do business with them. And still the same old problem of, listen, the fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not following up with people, why are you going? Why? Why do people spend an hour in traffic and leave the kids with a babysitter and buy all these fancy cards and put a $50,000 sign up in front of their business and they go out to network just to exchange a bunch of cards that they do nothing with?
And the answer to that, Cami, is that they can't deal with rejection. So that's why they don't do the follow-up, because there's a no. A no you usually get before you get to yes.
So here's that is a great point. And here is one of 8,000 reasons why purpose-driven marketing is so powerful. When somebody says, what do you do? And you say, I'm so glad you asked, because I got this antique car show coming up and the proceeds go to the Live and Let Live farm and we're looking for hot cars. Let me get your card, blah, blah, blah. Now that you've met people around something outside of yourself and you're following up to send them that flyer or to let them know what a vendor table cost or whatever it is, now you have a reason to follow up, a reason to build a relationship. You have a reason to do it that is not icky and sales. You don't have to worry about rejection because you're talking about something yummy. Yeah, it's not about you. And that's why number 7 in the list of 7 specific strategies that will help you to attract, nurture, and convert your right people into your perfect client is that it helps you with confidence, packaging, positioning. Position yourself so that when you're in conversations at a networking event, on LinkedIn, in a Facebook post, in line at Dunkin' Donuts, when you talk about something you're passionate about, you cannot be rejected. And God forbid they want to reject the puppies or the veterans or the elderly. Well, then at least they're not rejecting you.
Well, Cami, I've always thought of no means that they want more information. It doesn't really mean they're sending you away. And that's a huge point for folks that you just have to, I was talking to a client today about confidence and self-esteem. And that's where that comes into play is no means give them more information.
Well, that is so true, Cindy, and you and I know that, and we've been through the ringer and know how to get past it and how to not feel that way. This is literally my way of tricking my client into getting out of their own way, into leaving their icky salesperson at home, into showing up authentically so that people can meet them and they do actually want to do business with them.
Well, it sounds like it's working well for you, and I can't wait for people to try out your gifts and get some feedback on how much they love them.
Well, I certainly can't wait for them to get that as well. And once again, when they reach out on Facebook or LinkedIn and let me know that they heard me on this specific radio show, I'll send them that $997 value gift for free just for being a part of your tribe.
Wow. Well, I know you'll get the word out on your social media to listen into your show. So hopefully you'll get some great leads from ours too.
Well, and one of the things I've said before is let's not look for leads. Let's start planting our seeds.
Yes. So, well, that volunteering and helping those who can't help themselves is something that my heart is all about. So I couldn't be more pleased with the work that you're doing.
Well, thank you. And, the one of the best way to help poor people, Cindy, is to not be one.
Yes, exactly.
So let's build our businesses, because if our businesses aren't making money and we go out of business, we're going to go work for somebody else's business to help them make money. So we might as well just start making money in our own business, because the best way to help poor people is to not be one. And the more money you have, the more good you can do.
Exactly right. I was just going to say, the more you make, the more you can donate.
Mm-hmm.
You're writing that down
one
too,
thing I'd like to follow up with here is that you have another book as well called Lead or Be Led. Take a moment and just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Lead or Be Led it's kind of like Mingle to Millions is the elementary high school version, and Lead or Be Led is stepping into college and actually taking it to another level. So lead or be led. Learn to lead the movement, lead the room, and lead the conversation. So I've learned that, the purpose-driven marketing, the cause marketing campaigns, all that is just one aspect. So lead the movement is all about the purpose-driven marketing that we're talking about. Lead the room is all about how can you leverage your time? How can you get on stages and have 20, 50, 100 people just in your local area know you in one instant, as opposed to just handing your card out one person at a time. Lead the room from the perspective of when you walk into that room, do you own it? Do you own your space? Are you so attractive and alluring that people want to do business with you? And then lead the conversation. We could have a whole show about that. How can you learn to ask questions? Because there are 7 specific reasons that asking questions will double your business. So many people make statements that end the conversation. Asking questions, learning to lead the conversation is a skill that is absolutely imperative that you know.
Absolutely. Cami, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, if you want to learn more about Cami, go to camibaker.com, CAMIBAKER.com. And if you want to put /free in front of it, you can have access to her free gift that she's giving away today. And do let her know that you heard about her on this radio program, Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. And she will send you another amazing gift, 30, 30, and 30. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you had a fantastic time listening. Some really wonderful information today, and hopefully it will send you into a direction to find not only what's really important to you, but to find a way to link it to the profitability of your business and give you an opportunity to reach out to others and connect with them on a very deep level in a very new way with the people who are your ideal clients. We do want to remind you as well, if you want to check out some of our past episodes with some of the influencers that we've had on our show, go to imaginemoresuccess.net where you can listen to some of our previous episodes. And to learn more about the courses that we offer to entrepreneurs and business owners, go to findhiddenmoney.com, and do come back and join us again next week.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com. How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking. Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hyde can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.